This is Page Up with Dr. Angela Lauria, helping you write a nonfiction book that gets clients, drives revenue, and builds credibility. Learn more at pageuppodcast.com. Well, hey, everybody. I am so excited to be live here with you talking about how to make money from a book while you write it. I know that there are so many of you out there right now that are changing your messaging, changing your business model, changing from being an employee to starting a business. And wherever you are, if you are in a position where you need to really develop a revenue stream that you can count on, books are one of the most amazing ways to do that. And I want to share with you some techniques with my crazy, way too long hair. By the way, if you're here and you have crazy, way too long coronavirus hair, can you put that into the chat so I know I'm not alone with my insanity hair? But what I want to really talk about today and go deep on with you guys is the fact that having a book is the best way to establish credibility. It's the most amazing way to generate leads for a business. But the key with writing a book is making money from it. And you make money from a book by having related products and services. So on today's training, I am excited to be sharing, which is kind of like scared-sighted, right? I'm excited to be sharing how to kickstart your online business, how to make money quickly by using a book you haven't even written. I really want you to know what it takes to get your business running online quickly so it starts working for you today. So whether that means you have been in a position where you've been working face-to-face with people, you've had in-person appointments, and now you're in the process of converting to online, or if you've never really had a business rolling and now is the moment you're going to create one, I'm going to show you what it takes to get your business running online quickly so it starts working for you today, and so that you'll be ready for this recession, which is clearly coming. So usually the way a recession works is there are a bunch of economists that debate whether we're in a recession for about a year until we all agree we're in a recession. Pretty much everyone has agreed now a recession is coming. How quickly we recover is debatable. My bet is this is going to be a lot like the 2008 recession, and we're looking at a slow 10-year recovery. Some people are talking about a quick bounce, a V-shaped recovery that's only 2 years. But no matter how you look at it, we are looking at 2 to 10 years of recession. And what is the best way to protect yourself in a recession? It's being a business owner. As a business owner, you are not subject to the whims of your employer or your employer's funders or clients. You are able to take back that control. So whether you have a thriving business already or not, no one knows how long the coronavirus will be around. But my guess is that we've got a long road in front of us with this virus, maybe other viruses, certainly this recession. So if you are not in business yet, this is the best time to go into business for yourself. If you are, it's the best time to really establish your authority and recession-proof your business. What I'm going to teach you today is not only how to use this time to virus-proof your business, but get new revenue flowing quickly by using a book. And I call this being a transformational author. Why is it transformational? Because you transform your readers as you are transformed yourself. By having a business online that serves your readers, you are able to take your book to the next level with a few people, a few of your readers. So this is what we're going to talk about, how to make money from a book before you even write it. I'm going to teach you my system. It is really easy to learn and it is super simple to implement, but I will tell you, I will warn you, most people cough. And I don't mean that in a coronavirus way, but most people, even though nothing I'm about to teach you is hard, most people won't do it without support. They're afraid they'll do it wrong. They limit their ability to take action. They're afraid of success. They're afraid of failure. So I'm going to teach you this method, but I will warn you right now. By the way, I'm going to teach you this method if you tell me in the chat that you want to hear it. Do you want to hear how to make money from a book before you write it? If so, go ahead and put it in the chat. But what I want you to know is you are very unlikely to implement this without support. Not because it's hard, because it's super easy, but because you are very likely to psych yourself out. So I know that sometimes I'm delayed. I'm not seeing in the chat that you guys want to hear this. I'm hoping I can get a couple thumbs up. Okay, I got one from Shannon. Lynn, awesome. Robin, you know the secrets. You did it, girl. Awesome. Petra, Stephanie's like, I want to hear it again. It's so fun. Let's do it. All right. I'm going to teach you this process. If you've already gone through it with me, it will sound familiar. And if you didn't do it, just know you can always do it right now. The perfect time to start is now. So the first thing you do, step one, is you establish what problem your book is going to solve. Most people want to start with, what do I have enough material for a book? What should the book be about? They start with what they can do instead of what a marketplace wants. So you're going to identify a problem that people are paying money to solve, that you have the expertise to solve. Without this, even if you write the world's best book, we get Jesus, Buddha, and Muhammad together, they read the book, they say best book ever written in the history of time. If you do not do this part correctly, the book will never make money. So there must be a market for the problem your book is solving. If you're the only book on this topic, it's unlikely to sell. If you're the only person selling a product or program or service related to this, it's unlikely to sell. There must be an existing hungry market. Number two, you must have the experience to solve the problem. The third thing is it has to be fun for you and you have to care about it. But you must have those requirements. Now, once you have those, and I will say a lot of people need help finding those things, but I promise you it is findable. The next step is to do all of your book marketing. The more you can do, the better. I recommend writing the book description, coming up with a temporary working title and subtitle, going onto Canva and making a fake placeholder cover. So you do the marketing for the book as if the book exists before you've written a word of it. You know what problem it's going to solve, and so you can come up with a title, a cover, and a book description. Once you have done this, you can put out into the world that you are writing a book. And the places to share this are all the communities you're in. So any social media you're in, your email list, your friends and family lists, your WhatsApp groups, your Snapchat groups. Do we have Snapchat groups? I think so. I don't know. Mother of 14-year-olds. I have tangential Snapchat experience. Wherever you know people, the PTA, your church, you're going to tell them you're writing a book and you're going to share with them the title, the subtitle, the book description, and if you made it, an early cover. Now, why is this so powerful? Because people get excited about books. If you told those same people, I'm selling some stuff, do you want to buy it? They would be much less excited than if they heard you were writing a book. So we use the goodwill that goes with books. And then you will simply add this next piece of information. I'm writing a book and I'm looking for people with this problem to interview for my book, to talk about my book to. You want to reach people with that problem and you want to use your journalistic creds to get those interviews. Now, we're not going to turn those into sales calls right away. We're going to simply set up 15-minute calls. I sometimes call them as a triage call, but they're going to be a 15-minute book interview where, as an author, you're going to interview them for your book. And you're going to say, how long have you had this problem? What does this problem generate in your life? How would your life be different without the problem? If you don't solve this problem, what happens to you? You're going to ask several questions that you can actually use in your book. If they share interesting information, write it down, get a transcript, record the interview, and you can use those quotes. You can ask at the end of the interview, if I quote you in the book, would you like attribution or not? And then you will ask this question at the end of the interview. Just out of curiosity, if I could help you with any of those problems now, would you want to talk more about this? I gathered this information for my book, but I have a couple ideas. I'd love to share them with you on a separate call if you're interested. Now, if they schedule that second call, they are now a prospect. They are somebody you might turn into a client. So before you've created the program, before you've written the book, you use the book to get short interviews. Okay? Step 1, find the problem. Step 2, create the marketing material. Step 3, spread the marketing material to everyone you know and set up interviews. Step 4, conduct the interviews and honestly assess whether or not you can help these people. By the way, I just saw Tristine was here. Hi, Tristine. How are you? Assess honestly whether you can help these people on the call. If you can help them at the end of the book interview, simply offer a follow-up consultation to talk about the problem they have and the dream come true. Schedule that right there. Don't say, call me later. Open up your scheduler. Say, how is Monday at 2? If they say no, say, how about 4? Until you actually schedule a call with them. Once you have that call scheduled, then you will have the call. I teach a sales method called the Love Sales Method. I'm going to teach it to you right now. Shut up and listen. That's the whole method. You're going to ask them questions. You're going to pretend you love them and ask them questions like you would if it was your child, they were your child. And if you think you can help them, offer to help them. And the best way to help someone with a problem is whatever way you know right then. So you don't have to have a program. You don't have to have videos. You don't have to have worksheets. We all go to a job on the first day of the job, and we're going to help the company solve a problem. Let's say it's marketing. You show up to do marketing. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't have pre-recorded videos. You just show up to work and you have meetings and you have ideas and you implement them. That's what you can do with your client. So those very first clients that you're making money from your book, you're using the book to get leads. That final step of having a sales call, a lot of people are afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of. You get on the call, you care about the person, you ask them questions, and if they need help and you can offer it, offer help. And I have a specific method that I teach, the Love Sales Method, and I have some suggestions for how to sell for my clients. And if you want to work with me, I can help you to craft those sales. But the most important thing you need to know, everything I teach is, the next level. But the basic level is, even if you just want to offer $100 for a 2-hour consultation, offer that. There are better strategies. There are better business models. But the right thing to sell is the thing in that moment that you know will help that person solve the problem. The best thing you could think of, your best idea in that moment for how to solve the problem is what you should sell them. Don't sell them your cheapest idea. Don't sell them your slowest idea. Sell them your best idea and charge what you would need to charge. Your minimum rate is $100 an hour. You should probably be charging more like $250, but your minimum rate is $100 an hour. Remember, $100 an hour isn't as much as it sounds. It's kind of like $50,000 a year, because $100 an hour has to account for all of your marketing time, all of your learning time, as well as your client delivery time. So it's different than a job. So $100 an hour is like a $50,000 a year job. That's your minimum wage if you're thinking about doing this. You don't have to charge hourly. I teach people to create packages. There are lots of things to sell, but the most important thing to know is you can start making money from a book before you write it by following these steps. Identify the problem that there's a market to solve that you have the expertise to solve. Most people suck at doing that. It's usually right under your nose. You can't see it. If you need help seeing it, that's a good thing to invest in. Number 2, create some basic marketing materials, book description, book title, book cover. Number 3, get that marketing material out in the world to everyone you know, everyone you could think of. Don't be afraid about sharing it. Don't be like, oh, I want to hold back until I'm ready. You're ready right now. You're ready for what you're sharing, which is, I need a few people with this problem to interview. Number 4, get on those triage book interviews, be a journalist, and find out if they have a problem you can help. In the process, maybe get some quotes for your book. Number 5, if they have a problem that you can solve, get them on a sales call. And number 6, if you're on the sales call and you can help them, offer them something. If you need help with sales calls, if you need help with figuring out what to sell, if you need help with figuring out your expertise, if you need help with figuring out what the product should be, invest in getting help. Why? The recession is here or coming. We are in the perfect pocket for building your business. If you have a job, it's at risk or likely to be more challenging. If you have a partner, their job might be at risk. Your kid who otherwise could have gotten a job may not be able to get one. Your business might be taking a dramatic pivot. Maybe you sold events or had a restaurant or something that is harder to do right now and will be hard for the next year or so. By doing this work now of market testing and getting your message out there and getting clients, even at $100 an hour, right now, that's going to put you in a much better position. In a recession, you don't want to be at the whims of an employer. In a recession, you want to be nimble, you want to be able to move, and you want to be able to control your own economy. So if you're in a position where you need to contribute more to your family's economy than you have in the past, if you're in a position where some of your revenue streams have changed or even dried up, now is the perfect time to start a book that's going to allow you to make money and then finish the book. Once it's finished, you will use it for regular ongoing lead generation. So you have a steady flow of clients and you're not depending on other people to make sure your bills are paid. You'll know that you can pay your bills yourself. And the way that you will know that is you have created an online business stream that allows you to find a regular flow of clients by giving your book away. And yes, Facebook ads are so cheap right now. It's an amazing time if you have a book to give away, because I do see a lot of my authors here, an amazing time to run ads to your book, give your book away, and get leads and clients from book giveaways. But if you are new or writing a new book or taking a new turn or a new twist, I want to make sure you have everything you need to be ready for this recession. And what that means is not just writing any book, but it's writing a book that gets money flowing quickly. So there's the book you could write, and there's the book that will get money flowing quickly. That's the one I want you to focus on writing right now. You can write the other fun one later, but we're going to really focus on being ready for a recession. And what that looks like is message testing, building an audience, using your book even before you write it to get your first clients. For a lot of my clients, that looks like making $10, $20, even $30,000 before their book is written. That's what I want for you too. And that requires an order of events that cannot go out of order. I didn't say that very well, but you cannot start by writing and make money from a book before writing it. If we're going to make money from the book before you even start writing it, the way to do that is to go deep and to spend the time to get a book topic that will generate leads and clients. If you are not doing that, then your book is nice, but it's a hobby. We want a book that turns you into an ATM, that anyone who sees the book, 1 in 10 of those people will come to you and want to learn more about working with you. So we want to turn your book into your personal ATM that works through the whole recession. That's my goal for you. I hope you learned some stuff from today's training. Go ahead and put in the chat if you did learn something. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat. And I will be back here soon with my next class for you guys. So if you are enjoying these classes, let me know and tell a friend, invite them to join the group too. My next class is going to be Friday at 1 p.m. So I hope you will be there so we can go even deeper on how to make money from a book. Ciao. If you're ready to build your business with a book, take my free class at pageuppodcast.com.